Great, lovely to see you. I know there's only a couple of people on, but there'll be thousands watching the replay. Yes, and I'm wearing my marine phytoplankton coloured scarf. It's very cold today in Melbourne. It was -1 the other day in the country. I live a very fortunate lifestyle due to doing this business. I'm able to live in the country and the city, and I don't have a 9 to 5 job. Isn't that wonderful? All right. Okay. I'm just being quirky. All right. So our topic tonight is marine phytoplankton. I feel we have the biggest secret known to man. If you can have a look on the screen, there is a picture there of the marine phytoplankton. And what does it look like, in your opinion? Those of you that are on can write it in the chat box. What does marine phytoplankton actually remind you of when you look at it? That's what it looks like. Yes, the DNA spiral, Ellen. That's right. It's like our DNA. So it's already a clue. You know, if you think about all the parts of our body, carrots are good. If you cut a cross section of the carrot, and you see it's like the eyes. We know carrots are good for the eyes. The walnuts are great for our brain. Cross section of all major vegetables were usually referring to nature has symbolism as to what part of the body it's good for. So marine phytoplankton is very much like our DNA. So it's basically supporting all of our life, right down to the very essence of our life. And I'm very excited about this because it's a superfood that's only been known in the last 12 years. And you have to understand my excitement about marine phytoplankton and why I think everyone should be sharing it and having it. And we have the best marine phytoplankton. And this is because if you go back to the 90s, when you had a lot of juices coming in, you know, noni juice, goji juice, all sorts of different juices coming in, they were the superfoods of the 90s. And at that time, you know, marine phytoplankton is known as the first food on Earth. It is the first food on the planet, the oldest food on the planet, and it supplies all of the ocean with nutrition. So everything in the ocean feeds on it. It's the first part of the food chain. But if you can go back prior 12 years ago, we did not have the technology to be able to ingest marine phytoplankton as humans into the human body. So it was just something that was available for ocean life. So again, I've talked about this before, the whales and the dolphins eating the marine phytoplankton have a very high frequency, very high vibration, which we as humans didn't have access to prior to 12 years ago. So we had juices, we had superfoods, we had spirulina. And you have to understand that a lot of them, you know, these are great superfoods, but we have something now. Roll the camera forward to the year 2016. We have the technology now to break down the silica shell. This company, our company Forever Green, can break down the silica shell that makes marine phytoplankton totally bioavailable for human consumption. So we can come alive, our DNA can be supported, and the possibility that exists for healing, for longevity, for manifestation, for living at a much higher level. So those of us that have been on this marine phytoplankton for a while, and I can attest, I can only speak out of direct experience for myself, I am doing things I've never done before. My life has gone from here to up here in terms of what I'm able to achieve, the way I think, the way I manifest. I can think of something and it happens quickly. There's a gap. There's no density. There's less density in my body on a vibrational level than there was before. So things happen quickly, very, very quickly. And I'm just inviting everyone to be part of this because everyone can have this. And I work this out. I'm going to talk about our SolarStrips in a moment, but we're talking about, you know, as a member, you can buy the SolarStrips for 70-something US dollars. It's under $100 a month. It's about $98 a month, $3.20 a day investment in your body, in your health. What are we putting into our body? We think of muffins, we think of coffees, we think of all the things that we put into our bodies for $3.20 when we can put in love and light, high frequency, every single day. The fuel we put in our cars. I fill my car 2 weeks, petrol's $46. A month of petrol is the same for me as putting a bit of marine phytoplankton in my body every day. Are you not worth it? I'm really, really getting you to really understand the importance and the significance of changing your life by making a choice, by making a decision to eat this every day, simple, and to share it with everybody. This should be like, you open the fridge and for most people, there's milk in the fridge. Maybe not for us, we have cream, those of us that are on ketopia. You go to the bathroom and there's toothpaste there, and you have toothpaste every day, and you have your routine, and you buy toilet paper. I know I'm being ridiculous, but I cannot stress the importance of how passionate I am about this being in everybody's bodies if we want to change the consciousness on the planet, okay? On every single level. So you imagine you start sharing something like this and you ingest it and you feel good and all your systems are working. From 5 out of 10, you're going up to 4-cylinder, you're going up to, I don't know, 6 or 8-cylinder. And you're working on that level and everything comes into alignment and you have synergy, like just a web, and then you share it with everybody and they have health. And as you're sharing it and this global network is working, because this is available in 214 countries, as this is happening and you're creating this by your choice to take this every day, to talk about it, to tell everybody, look, $3.20 a day, base, foundation, concrete slab of your house. You build a house, you need concrete slab. If you don't have that slab, you can put everything else into your body. This to me is the foundation, foundational nutrition. If you want to add optimizers, if you want to do a whole lot of other things on top of this, do it. But you need trace minerals. Okay, this is a blend of trace minerals in a bioavailable form that is, you put it under your tongue, you open it. I'll have one now, I'll probably be up late. It's 6:45. It does give me amazing energy. So I just open it, it's easy, it's portable, keep it in my wallet, under the tongue. This will shut me up for probably a minute because I can't talk. Let it dissolve, goes into the mucous membrane, it's in the blood, in the cells quickly. And you have a soup of trace minerals, all in perfect balance. It's a whole food, as nature intended. And the issue is we need to turn to the sea because land plants are depleted in minerals. We don't get our minerals anymore. So I'm setting up the problem. The problem is we eat organic, we do our best, but we've still got 4 minerals that are going into the soils in Australia, and we're not going to get all our minerals. And you have to have bucket loads of vegetables that most people can't have. So we need to supplement. And if you're going to supplement and the land's depleted, then what comes is that we go to the sea. Now I want to talk about where we get the phytoplankton before I talk about what's in it and all the different nutrients, because I've got a photo of Tom Harper's sea farm. Let's see if Nadav can help me here. Find the photo of this sea farm. So you might want to know where we source our phytoplankton. Have a look at this photo. This was an article in the National Geographic, and I'm not an expert, but you can look it up. I hope it's coming up on the screen. Frequency in my fridge, great, Aaron. So 2006 article in National Geographic, it talks about this special area in the British Columbia in Canada. The tides carry in mixed nutrients from immense deep water upwellings at both the southern and northern entrances. What makes these straits an exceptional cauldron of life is the way in which the ocean tides interact with fresh water. This creates a vacuum of sorts that draws even more deep ocean water and more nutrients into the straits. Our farm, Tom Harper's farm, is in the most pristine location in the world. It's right in the middle of this very uniquely formed area where it says, the waters in Canada's west coast become a vast protein shake of nutrients. You're getting a vast protein shake of nutrients in your body, blended by upwellings, back eddies and surges, directed by the ebb and flow of tides. There is tremendous energy packed in some of the world's fastest water. And awareness rises concerning pollution found in the oceans and its impact on marine life and human consumption. The relevance of the location of the sea farm becomes of paramount importance. If you want to read the article, it is all about all the people that are concerned with Fukushima and radiation. There is nothing here. This is the most pristine waters. And so you can tell people, let them know that our phytoplankton is tested independently by various different people. And I'll just find this article. I mean, there's heaps of articles. Alpha C3MP, we have exclusive rights to Alpha C3MP phytoplankton, is third-party tested at a licensed facility under the strict guidelines of Health Canada for yeast, mold, bacteria, E. coli, staph, salmonella, heavy metals, and arsenic. And this far continue to meet these high standards each and every time. So you can give people this article. They don't have to worry. This wouldn't be packaged. SolarStrips couldn't be packaged, by the way. That's the new packaging, the American packaging, BS, if it wasn't safe. So everyone's getting best quality nutrients. Tom Harper's Sea Farm. Tom Harper healed himself of cancer. He had cancer, and you can look at Another Day. There's a video called Another Day by Tom Harper. You can Google it in YouTube, watch it. I won't go through it, but the longer of it is, or the short of it is, that he dipped his finger. He's got the sea farm, and Forever Green gets the phytoplankton from his sea farm. If you watch the video, you'll know the whole story, but he started putting his finger, and it was there to feed his shellfish hatchery. He had a shellfish hatchery, so he was feeding everybody with marine phytoplankton. The dove's going to show us the photo. There it is. And there are the tanks. Can you see the tanks in the photo? I haven't even seen these photos. I'm quite excited. So he took the phytoplankton, if you can imagine, and I'm going to read this to you because I just find the whole thing fascinating. Mr. Harper's patent pending technology allows him to grow massive quantities of this wild plankton blend in his 8 1 million litre tanks. There's 8 tanks there, they're 1 million litres, and returning the original amounts of plankton nutrients back to the ocean within a 5 to 12 day period. Therefore, the ocean's foundation remains balanced. So he takes out phytoplankton, which is a microalgae, and he then harvests it, then he creates more, he takes what he needs, and he puts back into the ocean what he took out, and more. So all the plant life in the ocean just gets replenished, and we've got enough phytoplankton to last, to be able to, we can create enough endless phytoplankton. The possibility is endless of what can be created. So it's a resource that's always multiplies, it's never going to run out, and you're giving back to the ocean. You're not taking from the environment, you're actually taking some, harvesting it, multiplying it, and putting it back into the ocean. So back to the phytoplankton. So Tom Harper started to dip his finger when he got cancer. He was diagnosed with cancer, and he thought, he just had this intuition to eat the phytoplankton. So he dipped his finger into those big tanks. He got a little bit of paste, and he dipped his finger, and he started eating it. And within weeks, he noticed his back pain lessened. He wasn't tired. He went to have his tests, and they found after, I think, 3 to 9 weeks, he was retested. His lungs were covered in a white powdery coat, and they said, all your tumours are benign. And they gave him 9 weeks to 9 months to live, and that was years ago, and he's still alive. And we're not saying that phytoplankton cures cancer, because we can't make claims like that. However, the possibility exists that if you take this every day, the possibility for healing exists. That's what we can tell you. And we've got thousands of testimonials, thousands of people that can attest to this. So, I mean, there's so much I can tell you about it. I've got an article here. NASA says marine phytoplankton is the most important plant in the world. So we know, I'll tell you a little bit about what NASA says, but all you need to know is that the benefits of taking marine phytoplankton every day. Okay, here we go. Okay, so this is fantastic. Why are we cutting edge? Why is our phytoplankton different from Forever Green to everybody else's? Other makers of phytoplankton, such as this other company, use standard lab methods. Okay, they are of closed cell phytoplankton, whereas Forever Green products, in an exclusive partnership, use unique seed farm alpha C3MP open cell phytoplankton, making it easier for the body to assimilate this key nutrition. So again, there is a technology where it's very easy for the body to use. The body doesn't have to stress, doesn't have to go through the digestive system. We get instant energy. And David Wolfe talks about this, and I want to talk about this. Marine phytoplankton bypasses the mitochondria. Okay, that's the mitochondria that produces all the energy in your body. because it contains ATP, AGP, ADP, and other essential energy currencies that the body needs. So you feel this lift almost immediately, and it lasts throughout the day. So basically, you're getting instant energy. It doesn't have to go to this part of the body, and that part has to convert it, and then it takes a time before you get energy. You have it, and you get instant energy straight away. So again, 93 trace minerals. I thought it was only 65, but apparently all the essential amino acids. Remember essential. Whenever you see essential amino acids, it means the body can't produce it on its own. It means you need it from an outside source. So this is very, very crucial to get essential amino acids because the body can't do it itself. So all the essential amino acids, the 93 trace minerals needed for life, are contained within marine phytoplankton, along with essential fatty acids, proteins, antioxidants, and the list goes on and on. And we know that the blue whale, there's a picture of the blue whale. This is nature's oldest food, the first food, remember, on the planet in the food chain. And 90% of oxygen on the planet is dependent on marine phytoplankton. Trees are only responsible for 10% of oxygen on the planet. And look how many trees there are. And there are certain areas, I think it's in the Maldives actually, that if you're looking at the water, there's a certain time where you can look at the water and it all lights up. Everything's green and phosphorescent. And there are special photos taken of the ocean where you can see where the phytoplankton is, because it literally gives light to the planet, light and oxygen to the planet. Because of their ability to perform photosynthesis, up to 75% of oxygen in our atmosphere comes from marine phytoplankton. NASA actually says it's 90%, so between 75% and 90%. I'm back. So you can imagine the body. The body needs oxygen. We know that we exercise to get oxygen. Okay, we need to do aerobics. We need to we need to oxygenate the body so that all the nutrients can rush into the cells. Can you imagine putting this food into the body, oxygenating the cells, giving the cells flooded, every cell just gets flooded with all these trace minerals, I don't know, 65 to 93, essential fatty acids, amino acids. Every enzyme action in the body, for every enzyme action to happen, you need trace minerals. Again, you need the concrete base. If you don't have the foundation, the enzyme actions can't happen, and all the rest of the functions in the body aren't able to happen. So this is just basic, okay? Basic. The dove's changing the slides. I want to talk about one more thing. I want to talk about some of the nutrients in the phytoplankton. I want to highlight some of the nutrients what are these trace minerals? Okay, so there's boron. It balances the blood sugar. You've got minerals. Nadav will put it up on the screen in a minute. So we've got omega-3s and omega-6s, okay, that we need for all sorts of functions, for healthy skin, hair, nails, phospholipids, fiber. I'm going to talk about some of the vitamins. A, B1, B2, B3, B5, B6, B12, C, D. Everything present in marine phytoplankton. So I'm going to put it to you. I really don't need to talk much more about this. You can Google, you can go online. This is not really about me telling you what's in it. It's about you catching my excitement, because I know from taking this every day, and I take 2 a day, and I have to say, last week, I don't ever get sick, but I got a cold. And I had it only for 2 days. I took about 3 or 4 SolarStrips, and I was still functioning, but I was, something like this, usually years ago, I might have been out for a week. I was out for 2 days, not my usual self, for 2 days, and I healed very quickly. And I have to say, that illness to me was just because I've been spreading the word about this product to America and different countries around the world, and I wasn't getting much sleep. I was up at 5 in the morning on the phone, and I was up till 2 in the morning at night, and some nights I was only getting 4 hours sleep. So really, that was just lifestyle, the 2 weeks prior, that I actually crashed. But the benefit was that I had this, I just started to pump up on this straight away, and my frequency, we've got another product, frequency, which contains marine phytoplankton. And I just took all my products and took a patch. We've got power strips too with the marine phytoplankton that goes transdermally into your body, into the cells. So I just took whatever I had from Forever Green, and thank goodness, I thank Forever Green every day. I am grateful every day for this company that it has exclusive rights to alpha C3MP marine phytoplankton. I have to tell you, Tom Harper, when he healed his cancer, I actually just found out a very interesting little fact. He was taking, I think, 75 milligram. He was eating 75. I'll probably find it after this webinar. And we get in each SolarStrip Nadab, what do we get? 37.5 milligram, and he was having 75 milligram a day or something. So can you imagine 2.5 SolarStrips, the equivalent of that, and he was able to heal from a huge disease. So what we say is maintenance. If you're well and you want to stay in maintenance, take one a day. It's costing you $3.20 a day. If you're really ill and you want to get to the next level, $6.40 a day. Take 2 SolarStrips a day. Investment in your health. You have to think about what you're not going to get in the next 30, 40 years by taking this, and that, the possibility for not only for healing, but for reversal of aging, for things not showing up. If you heard of epigenetics, if you've read books by Bruce Lipton, you can have propensity towards disease, but if you soak your cells in the right environment and feed them, have them almost soaking with good nutrition, and they're uptaking that, then those conditions will not switch on. People can have genetic propensity for heart disease. It will only switch on if the nutrition is poor. So my prayer, my intention is for everyone to share this. Get everybody onto SolarStrips. It's $4.95, goes in an envelope. You can send it to anybody around the world. And everyone, can you imagine, we can light up the planet. We can light up everyone's consciousness, everyone's physical body. It settles the emotions, it makes you calm, it helps you sleep. When the body gets what it needs, the body can go into homeostasis. Healing happens naturally when the body gets what it needs. Just needs the tools, and then it's off and running. It's off and running. It can just do what it needs to do. So share it with everybody. What there's a saying, whatever you, I can't remember how the saying goes, whatever you share, whatever you give forward turns to gold. Whatever you hold back turns to coal. So I'm going to ask you, do you want to turn everything into gold, or do you want to hoard it and keep it to yourself and let it become stagnant and turn it to coal? That's my invitation to you. Take it out. Let everything you bring forward turn to gold, and let's create elevation of consciousness and great health and a great community on this planet. Thank you. And good night. And we're back here next week at 6:30. And secret topic, I'm not going to tell you what next week's topic is. You'll just have to bring all your friends on and find out. Okay, good night. Thanks, everyone. Thanks. Oh, thank you. Before we nod off, somebody shared a PDF. Who did that? That was very kind. Who shared the PDF down below? I didn't have time to see. Let's keep moving. Thank you, Aaron, for sharing that. Thank you. Good night, everyone.